Hi, Dr. Kate here, business mentor, psychologist, blah, blah. I wanted to check in today and talk about when things are off and how do we take care of ourselves, right? So I'm like in my car at a coffee shop because my Wi-Fi is totally broken at my house. And I'm about to start a retreat and I need to make contact with a couple people through my email. So, you make things work. This week I've been talking about the different steps that I bring in my work with clients, with entrepreneurial women. And that is, we're working on talking about the goddess and the goddess archetype and what does that mean? Really what that means is our access to resourcefulness, right? That we can feel like that we're all on our own little singular journey here as women entrepreneurs, and it's all up to us, and everything has to come from our effort and our our inner resource just within us. And what the goddess archetype really is just a name that I use to talk about accessing sort of that unseen support that we don't always remember. For example, in a lot of somatic meditation that I'm practicing right now, we get resourced from the earth energetically, or we can also work with connecting with spiritual support in whatever way that works for you. And that becomes an incredible resource. So I try and tap into that every day. But when we're having those off weeks, and this week has been a hell of a week, hasn't it? Lots of stuff going on. I'm hearing it in my own life and my children and my clients. And so, we need to remember how to access that resourcefulness so that we're not just relying on our thinking mind, right? Because our thinking mind thinks it has to figure it all out by itself. But the reality is we have a way to work with different parts of us, mind, body, spirit, that can really support us. So the goddess archetype helps us remember how to connect in and find those other ways of being resourced. And that helps us feel like it's not just me who has to make it work, that I can actually have support. And that's not just support from people around us, which is important, right? Asking for support is an important piece, right? We often, as women, I think that we should have it all together and be handling everything ourselves, and we shouldn't need to ask for support. We're sort of taught that, but it's actually the opposite. As women, we really need to practice asking for support from those around us, also taking time to do the things that help us feel resourced in ourselves, morning practice, getting out in nature, whatever are those things that you can do. But also this idea of utilizing whatever your spiritual connection is as a huge support. And for many of us, we don't exactly maybe feel comfortable, or we don't know what that looks like for us or how to access that. And that's something that I work with, providing sort of a template of how you can do that in a way that fits for you and who you are and what your personal connection with spirituality is. Because it's a really important piece in my life for getting through crazy weeks like this week, and especially in my business. If we don't have that resourceful access of support, we can really not have all that's possible for us to be successful, right? To ride that wave of things being good and flowing, and then ride that wave when things are getting really difficult. And that is just life. But as a business owner, that can be rather stressful, right? Overwhelming, worrying, right? And we don't want to go up into our head and get stuck there thinking that this is what's going to solve it. It's actually feeling more connected at a different level in our lives through the goddess archetype, through the work with the heroine and connecting in our bodies, all these other ways that we have to actually support ourselves in such an incredible way that we get to know it's not just us. We get to know it's not just I have to figure it out. And as a woman entrepreneur, we're all out there working really hard to make our businesses happen. This is a really important piece, because if we don't have this, we can get really like blinders on and feel really like stuck. And I certainly can go there, but I also know that that's like an illusion, that I have to stay stuck in that little story that it's all up to me and I have to make things work. So please look at where you get stuck. What are the ways that you can access resourcefulness, support, and see how you can work with that. And if you're having trouble with that, if you are really feeling isolated, overwhelmed, and kind of hit the wall, and it's really hard to see how to get past that, please reach out. Please contact me, send me an email. I'd love to get on a call and support you. Please know that my Wi-Fi is still out at my house. And I just got a notice at the cafe here that my Wi-Fi is officially, it's not just me. It's like they had some major disruption. And so, if I am late in getting back to you, please give me a little room to, get back to you when I can get to Wi-Fi again. Okay? Have a beautiful day. It's gorgeous here right now. I'm going to go have a blast. I have a retreat with a couple of my clients, and we're going to just have a gorgeous day. So please take care. Blessings.